return. You don't have to be perfect, love, as long as you're willing to learn, baby.
And that's the voice of Estelle featuring Sean Paul. This one is called Come Over, right? You're locked on to the Clean Verse song. WEFM 99.9. It's 15 minutes after the hour of 12 p.m. It's time for Mid News, sponsored by Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
You've got 101 reasons to shop Courts now. Enjoy hot deals and free gifts with the purchase of furniture, appliances, electronics, and more. Save $1,400 on a Sony 55-inch 4K Google Smart TV. Get a free 3-piece coffee table set with the purchase of select lounge sets and get up to 50% off on accessories and homeware. Purchase any Ashley furniture and enjoy 25% off. Need more reasons to shop? No cash, no problem. Shop today and pay nothing for 90 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Chief Agricultural Officer Renato Gums is calling for increased youth participation in the various subsectors of agricultural production to help achieve food security for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Delivering remarks at the 2022 World Food Day celebrations in Park Hill on Friday, October 14th, Gums said the future lies with technology and is very critical that children become involved in agriculture at an early age. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Nerissa Gittins-McMillan, in her remarks at the World Food Day event, said the old way of thinking about food and agriculture must be rejected and urged the embracing of a paradigm shift to ensure no one is left behind. The 2022 World Food Day celebrations were held under the theme Leave No One Behind, Better Production, Better Nutrition, Better Environment, Better Life. The activities featured displays from a number of local farmers, production facilities, agro-processors, and United Nations local offices, among others. The annual observance, hosted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, and Fisheries, resumed at Park Hill Playing Field on Friday, October 14th, 2022, after a 2-year hiatus. The Prime Minister's Press Secretary, Sion Marshall, in an official statement sent out on Monday, provided clarification on a story posted on news website Eyewitness News. The story in question is Speaker orders MP to wear face mask, even as unmasked cop sits nearby. The Prime Minister's Press Secretary said the story, as published, sought to give an account of a period during the sitting of the Parliament when the MP for South Leeward removed his mask in clear violation of the COVID-19 protocols of the House of Assembly. He says the framing of the title and the zoomed image attached suggests an inconsistency in the Speaker's ruling, as it depicts the unmasked individual in the photo in close proximity to MP Stevenson, who was being asked to follow the mask-wearing protocol to remove himself from the chamber. It must be stated emphatically that at no point was Station Sergeant Charles of the Prime Minister's Security Detail in the Parliament chamber. A look at the video or a zooming out of the video will show that Station Sergeant Charles was sitting in the general office that was located behind where the South Leeward MP was sitting, and as such was quite a distance from the MP and not sitting nearby. It must also be noted that the protocols in question govern the chamber of the Parliament only and not the offices or other areas outside of the chamber, Mr. Marshall stated. The Prime Minister's Press Secretary noted that while the article does include a disclaimer, it remains the responsibility of the publisher of the article to seek clarification as opposed to publishing a story that draws the ruling of the Speaker of the Parliament and the actions of the Station Sergeant into disrepute. Still on the local scene, the colors of the national flag of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will adorn the iconic Empire State Building later this month when we mark 43 years of independence. The Consulate General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in New York says the public can witness the inaugural flag raising ceremony at Bowling Green, New York on October 27th from 1:30 p.m. Later that evening, a gathering will be held to view the lighting of the iconic Empire State Building in the colors of the national flag of St. Vincent and the Grenadines at 5:58 p.m. A message from the consulate said, "Let's come out in our national colors and stand proud and strong as we demonstrate our love and support for our beloved SVG. Looking forward to seeing you there." Our resilience, our fortitude, our people is the theme under which activities to celebrate the 43rd anniversary of independence for St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be held. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of 58-year-old businesswoman of Big Sand, Union Island, Diana Thomas. Reports are that Mrs. Thomas lived with her estranged husband, a retired customs guard in Union Island. On Wednesday, October 12th, at about 9:10 p.m., police on Union Island received a telephone call from the husband of the deceased, stating that she had received several stab wounds to her body and needed the assistance of the police. As a result, officers immediately responded and went to the home of the deceased. On arrival at the scene, the deceased was met lying on her bed in a pool of blood with what appeared to be multiple stab wounds to the lower parts of her body. She was taken to the Nurse Selena Cloud and Smart Hospital at Clifton, Union Island, for medical attention, where she was later pronounced dead by the district medical officer. A post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out on the body to ascertain the exact cause of death. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. On to news in the region. The University of the West Indies Open Campus on Anguilla passed out its largest graduating class over the weekend. 53 graduates received their diplomas during the 2022 virtual graduation ceremony. Dr. Francis O'Severin, Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Open Campus, encouraged the students to continue to follow their dreams. "You have done well, and let no one tell you otherwise. Your graduation must be viewed as the beginning of novel and great milestones," he stated. Severin told the UWI Open Campus will continue to provide opportunities for students across the Caribbean to access quality education that will lead to improved opportunities in their professional and personal lives. Staff members at His Majesty's Prison in St. John's, Antigua, are calling on the government to take steps to address their infrastructural management and salary concerns. The officers staged a protest outside the prison this morning to highlight concerns which they said have been ongoing for years. "We want justice," one protesting prison officer said. "We are tired of having to go to the recreation ground to relieve ourselves. There are female officers in here. If an inmate throws a pail on you, you have to go home because there are no facilities to clean yourself." She said the government is well aware of what is taking place in the prison since a commission of inquiry highlighted all of their concerns. Another officer said the prison conditions are depressing and affecting both the prisoners and officers' mental health. On the international scene, former British military pilots are being lured to China with large sums of money to pass on their expertise to the Chinese military, it is claimed. Up to 30 former UK military pilots are thought to have gone to train members of China's People's Liberation Army. The UK is issuing an intelligence alert to warn former military pilots against working with the Chinese military. Attempts to headhunt pilots are ongoing and had been ramping up recently, Western officials say. A spokesperson from the Ministry of Defense said the training and the recruiting of pilots does not breach any current UK law, but officials in the UK and other countries are trying to deter the activity. And finally, in sports, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines national female senior netball team is set to take part in Netball World Cup qualifiers on the 19th and 22nd of October. Tomorrow, Wednesday, October 19th, will see Team SVG face off against Barbados at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time. On Saturday, October 22nd, it will be St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus Grenada at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time. The Netball World Cup qualifier games to be played by St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be aired live on Sports Max. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Get the protection needed for your eyes only at Quartz Optical. Trade in and save up to 35% off your lens purchase, plus a free eye exam. Payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Book your appointment today online at www.quartzoptical.com. For your eyes only. Trade in your old glasses and save up to 35% off your lenses only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Special conditions apply.